Next we can discuss about different Diffie-Hellman key exchange protocol. So first we can consider a simple protocol. Users could create random private or public Diffie-Hellman keys each time they communicate. That is a one time private and a public keys. Okay. So suppose user A wants to communicate with user B. Then the user A will generate a random value XA that is less than Q, where Q is the prime number, and XA is a secret value, that is kept as secret. Then compute the public value YA is equal to alpha to the power XA mod Q, where alpha is the primitive root of Q. Then that public key value will be transmitted to user B. On receiving this public key value, user B generate a random value XB less than Q, that is also kept as secret. This is secret value of user B. Then calculate the public value or public key YB. YB is equal to alpha to the power XB mod Q. Then that YB will be transmitted to the user A. Then both the user A and user B will compute the shared secret key by using the received public key. So here the key will be calculated as shared key K is equal to YB to the power XA mod Q. Similarly here YA to the power XB mod Q. YA is the received public key. So we can check the values at the both side. So here the value of K is equal to YB to the power XA mod Q. That is, what is YB? YB is this one. This is our YB. YB is equal to, this is our YB. So this will become alpha to the power XB mod Q whole XA mod Q. So this is same as alpha to the power XB XA mod Q. Okay. This is the shared secret key generated at this side. Then at this side K is equal to YA to the power XB mod Q. And what is the value of YA? YA is this one, that is this one. YA is this value. So if you are substituting here, this will become alpha to the power XA mod Q all to the power XB mod Q. So this will become alpha to the power XA XB mod Q. So these two are same. We will get the same shared secret key on both sides. This K and this K are same. That is the actually our requirement. We have to share a secret key on both sides, and this key will be used for further communication between user A and user B for symmetric encryption. Okay. So user A and user B will be will encrypt messages with symmetric encryption, and the key K will be used for that purpose. Okay. This perform symmetric encryption using the key K. Okay. Next we can consider another key exchange protocol. Users could create a non-private or public key, Diffie-Hellman key, and publish in a directory. Then consulted and used to securely communicate with them. This be useful in the case of a LAN or in a network. So the public and the private key will be a long-lasting one, a long-lasting private key instead of one-time key. Okay. Both of these are vulnerable to a meet in the middle attack or man in the middle attack. So authentication of the keys is needed to overcome this problem. Okay. Next we can discuss about the man in the middle attack in the case of Diffie-Hellman key exchange. So suppose Alice wants to communicate with Bob by using symmetric key encryption. So that purpose Alice wants to exchange a shared secret key with Bob. So how to exchange that shared secret key between Alice and Bob? Then assume that Darth is the attacker in between Alice and Bob. This Alice generates a secret key XA and computes its public value YA is equal to alpha to the power XA mod Q, where Q is the prime number and alpha is the primitive root. Then this will be transmitted. This YA is transmitted. Actually Alice is transmitting this YA, public key YA, into Bob, but in between Darth will intercept this YA and it will generate a random key XD1 and then compute corresponding public key YD1 is equal to alpha to the power XD1 mod Q. Then instead of transmitting this YA, this YD1 will be transmitted to Bob, and Bob will receive this YD1, and Bob thinks that it is coming from Alice, and Bob will generate a random secret key XB, then compute its public key YB is equal to alpha to the power XB mod Q. Then transmit that value into Alice YB, but in between Darth will intercept that, and then Darth will create a shared key like this YB to the power XD1 mod Q. Assume that this is K1. Then Bob will also create a shared key that is YD1 to the power XP mod Q with the received public key, and Bob assumes that it is coming from Alice, but we know that this is same as K1 because YD1 is actually alpha to the power XD1 mod Q. So alpha to the power XD1 mod Q to the power XP mod Q. Here also both will be same and they are K1. So a key, shared secret key K1 is a common key. K1 is shared between Bob and Darth. Actually, Bob thinks that it is shared between Bob and Alice. Then here this Darth will generate another key xd2 and then compute yd2, public key value yd2 is equal to alpha to the power x d2 mod q, and this value will be transmitted to Alice. This yd2 will be transmitted to Alice instead of yb, and Alice thinks that it is coming from Bob, and Alice will compute its shared key like this: yd2 to the power xa mod q. Assume that this is K2. Similarly, this attacker will compute the shared value as ya, this one, ya to the power x d2 mod q. We know that this is same as K2. So there is a key will be shared between this attacker Darth and Alice, and similarly another key K1 shared between Darth and Bob. Both Alice and Bob thinks that they have shared their key with Alice thinks that Alice shared her key with Bob, and Bob thinks that he has shared his key with Alice. They don't know about the middleman Darth. So there is a key between K2 will be here, and K1 will be shared here. Then the further communication will be by using this K2 and K1. Assume that Alice, this is our Alice, this is Bob, and this is our attacker Darth. Okay, so assume that Alice wants to transmit a message with symmetric encryption, and transmit she wants to transmit a message to Bob. Then assume that the message is M. Then Alice will encrypt this message with this one to be transmitted. So she will encrypt that message with K2 comma M. That message will be transmitted. But that will be actually Alice will send that message to Alice wants to send that message to Bob, but in between Darth will intercept that message, and Darth has the key K2. So he can decrypt the message and he will receive the plain text message. Then either he can read the content or he can modify this content. Assume that Darth wants to modify this content. So Darth will modify M into M dash. Then transmit that message with encrypting with K1 M dash. So that will receive at Bob's side, and Bob can decrypt by using K1. So Bob will get M dash. Actually Alice transmitted M but in between Darth intercepted the message and changed, then transmitted to Bob, but Bob don't know about the attacker in between them, so Bob will get a wrong message. So this is the man in the middle attack. The key exchange protocol is vulnerable to such an attack because it does not authenticate the participants. Can be overcome with the use of digital signatures and public key certificates. And we will study these topics in the coming chapters. Okay, thank you.